and a repeat at 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Well-Fit Wednesdays starting September 11th at 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. right here at the Marketplace. See you there.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Get Sagicor School Companion Health Plan for as little as $2,540 per month. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, drive-by in Manchester leaves man dead, driver charged after fatal crash involving 10-year-old boy, and fire destroys haberdashery in Spanish Down.
Also this evening, Blood Bank reports serious blood shortage. In the business report, MSMEs urged to move from panic to passion. While in sports, Reggae Boys take on Cuba CONCACAF Nations League. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. I'm TK Dawkins.
And I'm Curlin Brown. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Friday, September 6, 2024. A drive-by shooting incident near the Christiana Moravian Primary and Infant created panic and tension early Friday morning at the Manchester school.
Preliminary reports indicate that a male step-parent was killed during this incident when bullets were indiscriminately fired in the vicinity. Courtney Lewis has further details.
A regular school drop-off turned deadly. 27-year-old Cuthbert Jerome Lambert had just dropped his stepdaughter off at the Christiana Moravian Primary and Infant School when armed men drove up to the school entrance, opening fire, killing Lambert.
At 8:25 a.m. today, Mr. Cuthbert Lambert was shot and killed in the Christiana police area. The report that we have is that Mr. Lambert went to drop off his child at the Moravia Primary School, and on his way out, he was attacked by gunmen who opened fire, hitting him all over his body. Mr. Lambert ran and collapsed along the roadway. He was taken to the hospital and he was pronounced dead.
Deputy Superintendent Duncan asserts there is not yet an established motive for the crime.
We don't like to speculate. The fact is that he is indeed out on bail for a murder that was committed some time ago.
PNP caretaker for Northeast Manchester, Valentine Wint, described the incident as disturbing, saying residents are not used to crime.
This is Christiana, a usually very, very quiet town. That is not how we are accustomed to solving our differences. And in less than 3 days, we've had 2 murders. And I just heard of a stabbing just on the road. And I'm hoping that does not result in another murder.
Wint contends the police are making great effort, but peace and safety requires a collective effort.
But for some reasons, criminal elements are finding themselves into this town and they're wreaking havoc. We really have to be our brother's keeper. And so we have to start looking at the strangers that are coming to our town. And we have to report them to the police because these persons who are coming are bringing violence to this town. We want Christiana to return to the peaceful town that we're accustomed for it to be. This can't be good.
Police say investigations on the incident continue. Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Wanted man in
a
Westmoreland.
regular school drop-off.
The most wanted man in Westmoreland has been confirmed dead, killed in a targeted police operation after being a perpetrator in a number of crimes across the western part of the island. Courtney Lewis has more in this report.
Carlton Tommy Godfrey, notorious for being Westmoreland's most wanted man, is now dead. Godfrey has been linked to many crimes in the parish, including rape, murder, robberies, and has been wanted for years. Godfrey was cut down during a targeted police operation.
Based on the information that we received sometime after 8 a.m. this morning, a police team went to a location where he was targeted and he engaged the law enforcement officers in a gunfight. During the firefight, he was shot and injured and subsequently taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Acting head of the Westmoreland Police Division, Deputy Superintendent Sean J. Mitchell touts the operation as a win for the parish.
We consider it a successful operation as Godfrey has been wreaking havoc in the parish of Westmoreland, particularly the Frome and Grangeville areas, where he has been featured in a number of violent incidents, including shooting at the police. The success of this morning's operation is a testament to the fact that criminals are not welcomed in Westmoreland or anywhere in Area 1. This is a big win not only for the parish of Westmoreland, but also for the entire area, that is Area 1, where he has been a main feature of numerous operations.
He adds Godfrey's fate was due to continuous resistance to the police.
Despite numerous attempts to get Carlton Godfrey to surrender to the police, he has instead decided to take on the security forces and continue in his criminal ways. We are urging other criminals who with similar intent to turn themselves in immediately to the police. Area 1, the Westmoreland Division and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and by extension Jamaica, will win this fight against criminals.
Mitchell is further encouraging residents to assist the police in crime-fighting efforts.
We continue to urge citizens to support the police, to work closer with the police, and to provide information about criminals and criminal suspects operating within their areas.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
Meanwhile, the St. Catherine South Police arrested one of the parish's most wanted. Jaden Wilson, also known as J-Bad, has been apprehended following an intense 2-month manhunt. Wilson is allegedly responsible for a number of murders, including that of an elderly man called Skunky in August. He's believed to be affiliated with the Gulf Gang and was under intense scrutiny by law enforcement agencies, also for his criminal activities in Gregory Park earlier this year. The Gulf Gang is reportedly led by a former convict living in the United States of America.
Moving on to the CVM News update now. The driver of the Range Rover that claimed the life of 10-year-old Trevon Sanchez and left his mother, Constable Cabrina Crawford, hospitalized, has been charged. The mother was driving her son to class on the first day of back to school when her motor car was hit by a Range Rover. The driver, who fled the scene, later turned himself in to the police. Here's Britannia Witter with the latest.
Chadwick Young, a 31-year-old music producer and coolant manufacturer from Main Street, Christiana, has been charged for death by dangerous driving, leaving the scene of an accident, and disobeying a continuous white line following a tragic collision that claimed the life of 10-year-old Trevon Sanchez and left his mother hospitalized. The accident occurred on Monday, September 2, the first day of school. According to police reports, Young was traveling in a manner deemed reckless, resulting in a collision with the vehicle carrying the young boy and his mother. The impact led to the death of the boy and severe injuries to his mother. She was taken to the Percy Junior Hospital. Young initially fled the scene, but later turned himself in. The community continues to mourn the loss of Trevon, as well as supporting the injured mother, who is now in stable condition. Authorities are pleading with motorists to adhere to the traffic laws of the road. The case remains under active investigation, and the driver is expected to appear in court on September 25, 2024. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
What started as the burning of rubbish Thursday quickly evolved into an hours-long operation by the Jamaica Fire Brigade to put out a major blaze at a haberdashery in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. It was quite a task for the firefighters who had to revisit the scene Friday morning. Trisha Kelly details that incident.
Just a small fire burning rubbish at the back of a business place. Hours later, and it's a massive blaze at the Trip Fashion Haberdashery in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Onlookers stood in suspense and fright Thursday afternoon as the fire quickly spread through the building. Area 3 Acting Assistant Commissioner Dennis Lyon says sometime around 3 o'clock, the Spanish Town Fire Station was alerted.
One unit was dispatched to the scene. On arrival at the given location, the brigade was directed to the rear of the premises, which is on Morris Street, where observation was made of rubbish burning near the basement of the building.
However, the spread of the fire took a toll on the firefighters, who were outweighed by the blaze. They had to call for reinforcements.
After which it was discovered that the fire had already spread. The ground level where electronics and other equipment was stored. Additional help was requested, and a unit was dispatched from the York Park Fire Station in Kingston, one from the Portmore Fire Station, and the other from the Maypen Fire Station in Clarendon. In all, 38 firefighters attacked the blaze.
AC Lyon explains the team was put under immense pressure, but in the end, they were successful.
It was difficult because the building was that section, which the brigade understand was originally a car made for a car park, but now used for a store, was packed to capacity with electronic equipment and other items. The fire spread rapidly underground, and it took the brigade a considerable amount of time before the fire was brought under control and subsequently extinguished.
It's a huge loss for the business owners who did not want to speak on the matter.
The brigade's estimation of loss was put at $115 million. The store was damaged badly because although the upper floors were not damaged by fire, but smoke and water caused considerable damage.
Trisha Kelly, CVM News.
Stay with us. CVM News at 7 continues right after this.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box for only $850. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The Quartz Home Event is happening now! Great deals on top brands with up to 30% off furniture and up to 20% off appliances and electronics. Get an 8-piece king bedroom bundle for only $129,997, or a 3-piece smart TV combo for $27,999, or a free gift with select appliance purchases. Shop today and pay later. Just choose your terms and make your first payment in 30 days. Don't miss the Quartz Home Event. Quartz, bringing value home. Offers end September 30. Conditions apply.
Yeah man, make some nice, because Burger King Double Deal Big 2 is back. The $16.50 you get 2 whole Burger King combo is a win-win. Big 2 combos, Whopper Junior Cheese with bacon, American Chicken Sandwich, or Big Fish Sandwich combo for only $16.50. Spend one money, win 2 times. Food for me, I'm a party, or just for me, cause me hungry right now. Myself and I go hungry later. You see it? One money, 2 food. One money, 2 food. Win-win. Burger King Double Deal Big 2.
Welcome back to CVM News at 7. The National Blood Transfusion Service is sounding the alarm as it faces a critical shortage of blood supplies and is urging citizens to step forward and donate. The situation has reached a concerning level, with daily losses in available blood threatening the health and safety of patients across the nation. Here's Trisha Gay Kelly with more.
Imagine you meet in a crash. You are rushed to the hospital, but you are told there's nothing the doctors can do for you because there is no blood. That could be the case for Jamaica in years to come if the issue of blood shortage continues. The National Blood Transfusion Service, NBTS, also known as the Blood Bank, has reported that its supply is running low. The blood bank's blood donor organizer, Igor Allen, explains, though it's not yet time to worry, it is a cause for concern.
I wouldn't say there's a critical shortage. What I would say is that we're not meeting the full demand for blood and its blood components at this time. We currently meet about 50% of the demand for blood and its byproducts right across the country. Right? So we need approximately 2% of the population to come out and donate annually. We are currently only getting about 30,000 persons per year to come out and donate. We need to double that.
And there are efforts to do just that, as more individuals are now hosting blood drives island-wide. One such person is Abigail Smythe, popularly known as the Iron Woman, who hosts the annual Pint for a Pint blood drive to be held on South Camp Road on September 21 this year. Smythe says having first-hand experience with needing blood has taught her the importance of giving back.
Well, as a heart disease patient myself, who has undergone 5 cardiac surgeries, blood has to be on standby just in case of anything. So I know that I may need it, a friend or family of mine may need it, and I see how important this is. People die because they don't have the blood that they need. So it has become a drive and a passion of mine to, help our National Blood Transfusion Service to get as much blood as they possibly can so they can keep their supply replenished.
Smythe deems it a responsibility all humans have to assist their fellow men. She adds it's a necessity as untimely situations do happen.
People need blood every day, and as much as I'm an advocate for heart disease and heart disease patients, the need for blood goes wider than that. There are people like pregnant women, premature babies, people who get stabbed or shot, people with kidney disease, people with cancer. A lot of people need blood every day, so that is why I do these blood drives to help to build and replenish the blood bank's general supply so these patients in our hospitals can have blood at their disposal.
Having blood on hand is critical. It's the reason Allen is urging citizens to donate. He explains many stakeholders will also be impacted if the entity runs low on blood.
If there is a shortage, and when there is a shortage, what we do is reach out to our partners and implore more persons to come out and donate, call in donors to come and donate. We have to ramp up our activities.
He is hopeful the National Blood Transfusion Service, the country's main supplier of blood, will not get to that state. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
Meanwhile, a medical professional in Western Jamaica is raising concerns. Increased road collisions and injuries from violent altercations are placing a strain on medical facilities in the region. Dr. Delroy Frey spoke with CVM News about the likelihood of critical resources being diverted to treat these emergencies. Courtney Lewis picks up that report.
Beds and blood are short, well, at least in the West. Clinical consultant at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, Dr. Delroy Frey, is raising alarms that bed spaces and blood supply in the hospital are compromised due to the high volume of patients.
I see a great need for medical patients and patients suffering from cancer that require blood and blood products. And these patients are compromised because of these accidents issues. So what I want to do at the beginning of this, opening a school, I'm making a strong appeal to drivers, I'm asking them to exercise great cautious. In fact, what we have seen with most of these accidents, people are hurrying. People can't wait. And that is where the problem comes in.
The senior physician is asking motorists to exercise more caution and care while traversing the roadways in the West.
I am concerned that, once there is school activity, if you notice the number of vehicles on the road increase, especially in the morning hours, and people are rushing. And I want to just ask the motorists to just use extreme caution, because we don't want our school children to be admitted in hospital with injuries, which I think can be avoided.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
In a significant step towards alleviating poverty across the island, the new social housing program successfully provided another home to a resident in Callaloo Meadows, St. Andrew. Prime Minister Andrew Holness took the opportunity to address beneficiaries, emphasizing the importance of responsible care for their new houses. Adrian Williams tells us more.
Housing solutions have been a challenge across the country, and the new social housing program has benefited a few. Prime Minister Andrew Holness was at a handing over ceremony in Callaloo Meadows in the Western St. Andrew constituency and used the occasion to caution persons about using the structures for other plans.
Decide to do any modification to the house, you must make contact with the housing ministry, the social housing unit, and the municipal authority to get approval. And it's not that we want to intrude in your business, this is not your house. But recall that when we were building this house, we did all the necessary checks to make sure that what we build could be sustained by the land on which it is being built.
He reminds persons that the purpose of the home is strictly residential.
So when I pass back now, I mustn't say Karen Bar or Karen Salon or Saloon, right? You must live here. I mean, clearly, if you have space and around the yard and so on, whatever you want to do, that's your business. But once you are in keeping with the legal requirements and the local municipal requirements. But we don't expect it to be renting out the house, for example. Because we have had situations where people get a government benefit and they rent it out, which is just quite unfortunate because somebody else who really needed it would have got the benefit. So you can't do that.
The recipient of the new home, Karen Francis, was quite grateful as her 6 children would also reap from the comfort.
And I have to big up Barry, Morgan, that white man, because he pushed it a lot for me. Alongside my MP and comrade Jennifer Edwards, they were there for me right through because they see the condition that I am living in with my children. And it wasn't look good. So I have to thank everyone that made this possible for me. And I have to give God the glory and the thanks and the honor. So I thank everybody that is a part of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Adrian Williams for CVM News.
The business segment is up next, right after this.
Motorists, as Minister of Justice, I appeal to you, obey the road code, pay your ticket on time, and only go to court if the ticket is being contested. Close to 80% of matters coming to the parish courts are for traffic breaches. Let's work together to make our roads safe and ease the burden on our courts.
Crunchy Box for only $8.50. Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box. A piece of delicious chicken, 2 hot wings, biscuit, and Pepsi for only $850. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Jan Bank Small Business Loans is linked to so many stories of ordinary Jamaicans and their extraordinary success. It's a demonstration of our strong belief in the business ambitions of Jamaicans. And by doing so, have expanded industries, improved communities, and transformed the lives of entire families for the better.
JN Bank, small business loan, help business like ours come to life and grow over the years.
Come, talk to us. Tell us your business. Let's start a partnership and let your business plans appear in real life. JN Bank Small Business Loan.
Welcome back for the Business Report. Digital transformation is used to describe the island's direction to upgrade digital processes. The Jamaica Business Development Corporation, the JBDC's Digital Summit Showcase held earlier this week, presented different perspectives and considerations to match the development to economic growth. CEO for the JBDC, Val Rivera, wants local entrepreneurs to think of digital input in their businesses as a gateway in the right direction.
As the country continues on the pathway to digital transformation, many are still resistive to the changes. The Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC's Digital Summit and Showcase held earlier this week was a hub of displays and presentations geared towards keeping the medium, small, and micro enterprise sectors, MSMEs, on track. JBDC's Chief Executive Officer, CEO Val Rivera, is encouraging business owners to be optimistic.
There'll be a little anxiety. And guess why I'm excited about that? It means that when you leave, you're going to say, hey, I need to get on this train fast, now. And that little anxiety spur action. And as we say at JBDC, you move from panic to passion and just get it moving.
The Digital Transformation Initiative came about through a partnership with the EU and the JBDC via its parent ministry, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. Head of the EU delegation in Jamaica, Ancieto Rodriguez Ruiz, said the year-old £9.5 million digital initiative is paving a way to connect business owners globally.
That the EU is supporting the JBDC to integrate digital transitioning services within their existing menu of business support services, thus making these services available to MSMEs across the country.
Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Senator Aubin Hill, challenges the sector to think beyond just the island's borders.
Productivity also increases when you bring technology in to make sure you cut out some of those steps that you would have to do and make it a lot more efficient, and you put innovation in there. That's what this program is about. So digital transformation, and of course, digitization are driving changes in how we do business, connect with each other, and compete globally.
The JBDC CEO highlighted that the information and offerings are not only for the MSMEs.
I want to tell you this program is inclusive. So in our team, we'll have lawyers, doctors, Indian chief, manufacturers, everybody, because what is being presented here is important for all categories of business in our sector, the MSME sector, which is where we are focusing today.
MSMEs provide 60 to 70% of the nation's jobs and contribute 44% to the country's GDP. Adrian Williams for CVM News.
And we go to another break with the markets.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box. A piece of delicious chicken, 2 hot wings, biscuit, and Pepsi for only $850. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Me, I gotta show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of we. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box for only $850. KFC, it's finger licking good. The time by KFC is...
You know my heart goes crazy when you take the lips to time. Let's explore our love. We'll leave the world behind. Can you feel this beat?
It's a schoolboy football, September 7 to December 14 on CVM TV.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
What's your story? What's your sign? You're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We're doing this in our way. We come alive.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of our top stories. A drive-by shooting incident near the Christiana Moravian Primary and Infant created panic and tension early Friday morning at the Manchester school. And the driver of the Range Rover that claimed the life of 10-year-old Trevon Sanchez and left his mother, Constable Cabrina Crawford, hospitalized, has been charged. The mother was driving her son to class on the first day of back to school when her motor car was hit by the Range Rover. And the National Blood Transfusion Service is sounding the alarm as it faces a critical shortage of blood supplies. It's urging citizens to step forward and donate.
And it's now time for social media.
So what's trending in our local social media spaces? Carlington Godfrey, formerly featured on JCF's Wanted Wednesdays, has been confirmed dead. He was linked to multiple criminal acts, including robbery, shootings, rape, and murder. The operation was deemed a success by DSP Sean J. Mitchell. Here's how the public is reacting to the news. At King David Alone writes, "Excellent job, squaddy." At Cleveland says, "One less to cause mayhem." At McKnight Akili shares, "Walk out or chalk out, steadily taking back our Jamaica." At Magical Mermaid 25 comments, "Thank God. About time, and honestly, I don't wish bad for anyone but people who wake up and terrorize others." At Capricorn Queen 23 posts, "My advice to anybody where them put out on that wanted list